Hello everybody and welcome back to the Horror Vault, where we're going to have some more Funko Pop madness with DC Comics. This is what all these pops will be. They will all be from DC Comics of various stages, and the first one is actually going to be this one. From Batman Arkham Asylum, or Arkham Knight should I say. Scarecrow, number 74. I think this looks really cool in the box and out of the box. I mean, if you've seen the other DC video of the animated TV series, you would have seen the Scarecrow from that series. So you can see the difference between that and this one. And then you just let me know in the comments down below which one you prefer. I find it quite hard to pick between the two. I'd probably say the animated series one because it's something that I grew up seeing and watching, but it's a pretty cool pose and a pretty cool looking character. I don't know if there's any other ones in this series, but there's Batman, obviously Harlequin, probably very popular and quite hard to get hold of. The Arkham Knight, which you can see he's got quite a cool costume on, and obviously Scarecrow, which is this one, which I think looks really cool. There's a mixture of stuff on it, really good paint job on it as well. The next one is, I've never read this comic. I want to, because I think it'd be really interesting to read the transition between the characters. But this is White Lantern Batman number 58 in DC Superheroes line. So this was a Underground Toys exclusive. So you can see it's Batman with the White Lantern uniform on, which was basically this corporation type thing where they had different characters. There's Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and people like that all came together on this new Earth, and then did stuff like that, made their own agendas and things. But it's really good. It sounds quite an intricate story, so I won't go into it too much, but it sounds really interesting, and I like the idea of the superheroes that we know as actually doing something different. So you've got Batman, and then on the back you should have White Lantern Superman, White Lantern Batman, and White Lantern the Flash. I don't know if there's any, I don't know if there's any others in this series other than those three. I think I did see a White Lantern Wonder Woman, or I might just have imagined that. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure there was. But it's pretty cool either way. Of course, being DC, you have to have at least one Batman. So we have Batman in his typical costume that most people would probably recognise, other than the black bat in the middle. Some people with the outside of it with the yellow. That's another thing people would see. Which actually, looking on the back of the box, it looks like there is a yellow on it. Really, I don't know. On the back of the box, it looks like there's a yellow bit to it, but yeah, it says Batman in his typical pose, and then there he is there, sort of a grey colour on the around the back, but on the back he looks very yellow. Don't know if you can see that, but on the back you got Batman, Robin, Joker, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Flash, Harlequin, can't see who that is, Deadbolt, and Bizarro, who I've never actually seen this pop of, but it looks pretty cool. So this is actually the only one I've got in this series, I believe. Yeah, it is. That's the only one I got. So there's that. Next one is not quite Batman's co-partner in crime, but it's Robin, but as Nightwing. So when he gets older, he decides to go off on his own and he becomes Nightwing, which again is another really cool character. It does appear in quite a few different animated TV series, different forms and fashion. Don't know what he's like in the comics, but I'm sure he's a very interesting character to read about. Don't know if Batman and Nightwing have ever actually had a battle together either, or against each other, which would be interesting. But on the back you have Superboy, Batman Beyond, Harlequin, Darkseid, I still can't see who that is, Nightwing, which obviously got in my hand, and Harlequin with a mallet. So there's two different versions of Harlequin and different poses, which is usually good, but they all look pretty good. Darkseid is definitely one I'd want to try and track down, and Batman and Beyond. So there's four there. There's one of each in each series. The next one is from a movie that a lot of people probably seen by now. I still haven't got around to watching it yet. I know, bad me, but I will get around to watching it. Considered the best DC Comics movie so far in this new series of films that they're doing, it's Wonder Woman. Now, I haven't got Wonder Woman in the series, but I do have Steve Trevor, who played by Chris Pine, I think, in the movie. Could be wrong, but I'm sure it was Chris Pine who played this, who was Captain Kirk in the Star Trek movies. So he has his gun there, which, yeah, it's quite a cool pose. I mean, I don't know much more about the film, so I can't say too much about it, but there's all the other characters on the back. So when the focus is, you've got Wonder Woman, Steve Trevor, also you've got Hippolyta? Probably butchering that, sorry about that. Wonder Woman with her shield, Diana Prince, Wonder Woman in a blue dress, and Wonder Woman as Amazon. Now, Wonder Woman the Amazon one looks quite cool. So there's that, and this is number 173 in the Wonder Woman series. So there's 1, 2, 3, 7 common ones in this series. I've only got one so far. Next one is, it was only one in this series, but I've actually got two, because there's two different ones. Well, actually there's three different ones, but I've only got two of them so far. The first one is this one, which is Swamp Thing, number 82. Now this one is the glow-in-the-dark one, which obviously you can't quite see, but he's quite hard vinyl, and he does glow in dark quite well. I think he looks pretty cool. He's one of my favourite characters in DC Comics, and I do have a few graphic novels which I read from time to time, which are a good read. I really like the movies as well, and the animated TV series they did. Wasn't there a live action TV series as well? I believe there is. I could be wrong, but correct me in the comments down below if there was. I think there was. But as you see on the back, there's Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Joker, Superman, and Wonder Woman. So there's that one. And the other one I got is, again, the same figure, but this one is flocked. So it's sort of got a furry type coat to it, which it looks pretty cool. It's scented as well. I still haven't quite worked out what the scent is yet. I'm sure it's probably a woody type smell of some sort, but it's quite a cool character. Anyway, so I'll put them two together so you can see what they look like together. So as you can see, you got the flocked one, which is sort of a lighter colour, and then the glow-in-the-dark one is a slightly darker green colour, but really cool looking. Then there's the standard pop as well of Swamp Thing, which I haven't got, but somehow I managed to get the other ones, the harder to get ones first. But there we go. And the next ones I'm going to do are both from two different movies. Both movies have fans and both have people that don't like them. I think one of the movies has got more fans than it has haters, and the other one's got more haters than it has fans. So we'll go with the one that's got more haters than fans first, and it is Batman vs Superman. So first off, I have Aquaman, but this is in the Aquaman in his underwater phase. Now, I don't know if this was an exclusive to somewhere, but I thought it looked pretty cool. I like the idea of the underwater thing. And you can see all his tattoos and everything on him. He looks pretty cool. His tattoos and everything all over him. And on the back, you've got your various characters. So you've got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman in his normal phase, Armored Batman, which is one I want to try and get, Nightmare Batman, and a Superman Soldier, who just looks rather generic, but if you want to complete the set, that's what you'd have to do. So that's all these. So this was number 87. So the other Aquaman is 87 as well, but obviously this is the underwater version. The next one I have in the Batman vs Superman series is Wonder Woman. Now again, this isn't the standard Wonder Woman. This is the sort of a bronzy colour type thing, like a statue kind of colour. Again, I think this was probably an exclusive to somewhere. But you have to let me know in the comments down below where that was. But I managed to get hold of this. And I was quite pleased with it when it came. And then, so you got, obviously that's what she would look like normally. And again, it's the same lot on the back. And again, Wonder Woman is a different one. Same number, but a different character. Or at least different make of character. Next is one of my favourite incarnations of Batman in the Batman vs Superman film. I mean, sure, a lot of people don't like the film or whatever, but I thought this was a really cool part of the film, and I really like the idea of a Batman going out and about and doing his own thing somewhere else. So this is Nightmare Batman. So he got his coat and everything, and as you can see on his cowl, he's got all his dirt and mud and sand and everything all over. I thought it was a really good part of the film. Obviously, some people don't, but I thought it was quite cool. This was actually the first Batman vs Superman pop I got, and supposed to be quite hard to get, apparently. It was at the time anyway. I don't know what it's like now, but at the time it's supposed to be quite hard to get. So this is number 89. So there's actually 1, 2, 3 different Batmans in this series. And again, I don't know if there's many other exclusives to this series. There probably is. I think there's a gold statue or silver statue of Superman, which says something about no gods. I think that's what it says, or no false gods. I think that's what it says. I think that's what it says in the movie. So it's a statue of Superman, and then it's silver, but it's got red writing under it which says no false gods, which is pretty cool. But this one was the one that I was really excited about again. This was my first, well, that'd be a 6-inch pop that I ever got, and really cool character. It doesn't show much in the film, but I thought it was quite a cool character anyway, and it is Doomsday. Yeah, how cool is that? So what's this one? This was a Funko 2016 Summer Convention exclusive. Look how cool he looks. Now, if you saw him coming towards you, you definitely want to run the other way. But I thought it was quite cool. It looks really good as a figure. And there he is on the side. You can see him a bit better. And again on the back, there's all the other people that you can get in the series. So 129. So I think this is obviously one of the exclusives. But I was really happy to get this one. I thought it was a really good paint job on it and really good sculpture. Sorry about that, the camera decided to cut out on me. So we shall continue now with the rest of the DC Comics Funko Pops that I have. As you've seen, the rest of them, before the last one, before the camera cut out, was Doomsday from Batman vs Superman. Now, the rest are from Justice League. So if you don't like Justice League, you haven't seen the film, if you have seen the film, you don't like Justice League, then probably the rest of this bit isn't going to be for you. Unless you just want to go see what the Funko Pops look like, which, yeah, I think the Funko Pops look pretty cool. So I shall start with, I guess we'll start with the leader of the Justice League, and that is Batman with his goggles on. Now, I actually quite like this suit that they've done for him. It's kind of got this, I don't know, what do you call it, kind of Kevlar endoskeleton kind of thing going on the outside of it, which I quite like. I did notice that he has no mouth. I think the rest of that mouth to be honest, but I think this one's quite funny because he's got no mouth. But so this is 204, and on the back you've got Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Superman, the Flash, and a cyborg. Now, I haven't seen this film, so I can't say too much about it. I will wait to see it. I kind of have an idea what it's going to be like, but we'll just wait and see. Next one is 206, Wonder Woman. Again, she looks really good. She's got a really good paint job on her. I mean, the detail they have to go into painting these Funko Pops is pretty high. I mean, they could quite easily touch up in, touch over, say, like her top. Could quite easily paint onto her body because it's such fine detail they have to do on it. But 206 was a Wonder Woman. 207. Now, I actually quite like Henry Cavill playing Superman. I think he's doing a really good job. I'd like to see him do another, just a standalone Superman movie, because that'd be pretty good, because the first one was really good. I enjoyed it anyway. But there he is in his stance when he's usually about to either fly off or he's just landed, one of the two. But I think he looks pretty cool. And you can see his costume is a little bit different than it does in Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel. So I don't know what difference is, because I obviously haven't seen the film. But that's 207 in this series. The next one, as you can tell, we're going through the Justice League as they are. 205 is Aquaman. Again, really good paint job on this. Never fine details and everything. I wasn't entirely sure about them bringing Aquaman. They first said they were going to bring Aquaman into the comics, like movie series thing, and I was like, oh dear. But that's his name, Jason Momoa, I believe that's how you pronounce it. He's done a really good job of giving Aquaman a different bit of character to what you'd expect, especially if you've read the comics. The earlier comics, you'd have an idea of what Aquaman's actually like compared to this one. But it's really cool. Next one is the Flash. So I wasn't entirely sure, because I really like the TV series they're doing at the moment. I really like the TV series they did in the early 90s as well. But this is the suit that they've given him, and it's a pretty cool suit. And I'm actually interested to see what he'd be like in the movie. I mean, I was a bit disappointed that they didn't have the guy who was actually in the TV series and have him. He actually plays the Flash really good. And I think he would have done a really good job as this on his own. But obviously, he had to do something different. So, but there's the Flash. So that's 208. Now, the last character in this series was obviously Cyborg, which I thought was an odd one, because outside of people that's really into comics or seen, like Teen Titans or something like that, you wouldn't really know who Cyborg is. You would have heard of probably the Flash, the TV series. Aquaman you would have seen from Batman versus Superman, and then all the other ones you would have heard of anyway because of TV series and things. But Cyborg is one that's sort of, I would have thought what they would have done is they would have done Batman, Superman, which is what they did, Superman and Batman and all that thing. Wonder Woman, people know who Wonder Woman is. Aquaman, probably do an Aquaman movie, but I know they're doing an Aquaman movie now. They should be doing it soon. The Flash, most people recognise from the TV series. But I would have thought they would have done Cyborg as a standalone movie. I think they are doing a standalone movie now after Justice League, but I would have thought they would have done it before to sort of get people to knowing what the character is, because I said outside of people that are really into comics and things like that, I don't think you really know who Cyborg is. He's a cool looking character though, and I think if they do a standalone movie, it'd be interesting to, if they do, I don't know if they did it in the Justice League film, but it'd be interesting to see him, you know, come up to how he is like this and why he's like this. I won't go into details because I said I don't know if it's mentioned in the movie or what they're doing with the thing, whether you want to know about it. So, but the last one I got in the Justice League series is an exclusive. Now, there is a couple of exclusives out there. This one I managed to pick up, and I was very happy because it's the Flash, which again is one of my favourite characters in the TV series universe in DC. I don't know, I don't know what he's like in the movie, so I'm going to leave out until I watch it. But again, he's unmasked, so he is pretty much similar in stance and everything. Looking at him, the only difference is his head. So that's the common one, and then that's the exclusive one. And as you can see, stance are pretty much the same, but the exclusive one is him unmasked, and he really looks pretty cool unmasked. But the others on the back are again exclusive. So there's Aquaman with the mother box, which is a key part of the film, I would have thought, and I don't know if you can just about see, but there's Bruce Wayne holding a batarang there. So there's 201, which is the one I have in my hand, 200, 199. So there is a few missing in this series they have, especially the exclusives, but I do have all of the commons in this series, which I'm quite happy with. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of all of these pops, whether I should track down the rest of these Justice League pops. If there's any more exclusives to the pops in this whole video, I'd be very grateful if you could let me know in the comments down below what they are. Let me know what you thought of the movie. Don't give any too much details behind it, though, just because, well, I haven't seen it and other people might not have seen it. But let us know what you thought of Justice League, Batman vs Superman, Man of Steel, just any of these DC movies that these figures were based on in this video. As always, if you haven't subscribed, hit the red subscribe button down below and hit that like button because that will help out quite a lot. And as I always say, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in this video. Bye for now.